Hello guys, Trinson here. Today I will be reading some entitled parents post. Yay. My kid watched you, so he deserves your console. Alright, I'm immobile, so I'm sorry if the text looks sorta misaligned or something. This happened a while ago, back in high school about 3 years ago. I was walking to the bus stop with my buddy, whom we'll call Hans because of his sheer size, to go home when I saw a child and his mother. The child was about 10 years old, maybe, and the mother looked on her 30s. They went in the bus along, me and my buddy. I thought nothing of it at first. Now, for some context. It was a rainy day and the neighborhood where Hans and I live in was kind of far. Normally a bus trip over there would take about 20 to 30 minutes with normal transit, but in rainy days it could easily take up to 3 hours to get there. We also had our 3DS to play some Monster Hunter in local connection, so we weren't going to get bored anytime soon. Don't know what's the plural of 3DS. So there we were, attempting to play some mission in G rank when the child came close to us. He started watching us play and asking some questions, which was nice, since I personally like to show my skills to people, and he asked politely. So we started talking and we eventually exchanged friend codes. This was when Meverse was still a thing. Was when the mother started staring at us with an angry look on her face. We were fighting Stangia Xenogray. I'm sorry if I pronounced that boss mob wrong. When the mother tapped my shoulder, SZ was one of the hardest monster in G rank, so we couldn't afford any distraction. That conversation went a bit like this. It is I, me, Hans, child, entitled mom. Still staring at the screen. What is it? Why have you been ignoring my son? Sorry, we're busy. This point, entitled mother tried to snatch my 3DS, closing it in the process and breaking the connection. Hans had to abandon the mission because of that. I fortunately managed to keep it in my hands, and entitled mother was now starting to be at us, and the child looked embarrassed because of that. Now Hans is a powerful being. He looked fat, but all that flab was actually muscles. I learned this at PE class, and I knew that the volcano had awoken. Good thing it did. Visibly annoyed, ma'am, the heck are you doing? And what is your right to scream at me? You ignore my son when he asked you if he could play. Mom, don't make a scene. You should listen to your son, miss. We didn't hear him. I don't care. Now you give that Nintendo to my son. She seriously called it Nintendo. Ma'am, just leave us alone. We didn't really do anything. I don't care. Just give it to me. She then tried to snatch the 3DS from my hands again for about 2 seconds because Hans decked her in the face. A bit before and during the Falcon Punch to entitled mother's face, piss off. The other people on the bus were watching the scene unfold and didn't say anything about Hans hitting entitled mother in the face. Child was speechless, but he didn't look as sad as one would expect. Entitled mother was covering her face, moaning in pain. The bus hadn't been moving because traffic, so entitled mother and child could make a run for it. Child was able to mutter sorry before going with his mother. We didn't see entitled mother after that. The rest of the trip was kind of normal. We actually beat SZ and got to our home unscathed. Later, Hans and I was playing Monster Hunter 4 online, and when you look at that, it's child. We greeted each other and started going on missions. He also said he was sorry for his mother's action. He didn't even ask to play because he had left his 3DS at home, which is why we exchanged friend codes. We kept talking, and eventually we knew that entitled mother was arrested because of other similar incident. This meant that child was living happily with his dad. Today, I'm still friends with child. Maybe he was thankful because of the punching, but I didn't want to dig into that further. Oh well. TLDR, bad mother tries to steal from me, gets stuck, and kid is thankful. Well, that's a good happy ending if I do say so myself. And I'll be honest, the child seems way more mature when it comes to these type of situations, most of the time. Entitled mother wants my Valentine's Day gift because I'm gay. So this happened earlier today and I am still fuming. Some context, I am a senior in college, a lesbian, and my girlfriend gave me a giant teddy bear for Valentine's Day. Yes, it's cliche, but we're both getting over the flu, so we postponed the romantic candlelit dinner until further notice. The teddy bear was too big to fit in my backpack, and quite frankly, it's adorable, so I carry it around campus. Also, I'm usually really good with kids. I babysit, tutor, teach music lessons, etc. And I never disclose my sexuality to my kiddos. Don't want parents to get upset. I see some Girl Scouts in the quad selling cookies. There's 2 kids wearing brownies vests, so in the 7 to 9 age range. And one mother who is on the phone and standing away from the table. I freaking love Thin Mints, so you know I'm going to stock up while I can. I go up and ask for 4 boxes, and the following exchange occurs. EK, entitled kid, one of the younger scouts. GS, other young Girl Scout. EM, entitled mom. Entitled kid, pointing at my teddy bear. Wow, that's cool. What's her name? I just got it today, so I haven't decided yet. Do you want to help me name it? Yeah. Looks up from calculator. That'll be $16. I try to hold the bear under my arm while fishing my wallet out of my backpack. I can hold her for you. Thanks. I hand the bear to EK Pay and put the cookies in my backpack. Looks like we're all set. Thanks, girls. Reaches for the bear. Aw, can I keep her? I name her JoJo. Sorry, but that was a very special Valentine's present. That's a killer name, though. I grabbed my bear and started walking towards my next class, thinking this was the end of the situation. If only. Maybe 20 seconds later, I hear someone scream, "Hey, you with my bear!" Me turning around confused. Hey? Why are you taking my daughter's property? I'm sorry, did I take the wrong number of boxes? No, the bear. Why did you take it from my daughter? Ma'am, this is my bear. I saw you give it to her. She told me you let her keep it and name it, and then you snatched it away. I was just letting her hold it while I pay. I didn't mean she could keep it. My girlfriend just gave it to. You're what? How dare you spread your agenda to my daughter? She's a good Christian girl. I didn't bring that up with her, I promise. I'm just kind of stunned at this point. Entitled mother then grabs my bear and runs back to the cookie stand. I go back and I'm trying to stay calm. Entitled kid is playing with the bear, and GS looks up at me and blushes. Hi, sweetie. This is my bear. Someone very special gave it to me, and I want to keep it. Entitled kid, don't give it to her. She is sinning and doesn't deserve presents. Lady, regardless of your beliefs, you can't steal someone else's stuff. Entitled kid is a good girl. She goes to Sunday school. She gets good grades and deserves this. You're a sitting adult. Why would you even want a kid's toy? Why were you enticing these girls with it? I hope you're not implying what I think you are. This is mine and your daughter has no right to keep it. I grabbed the bear and started speed walking away. Mommy, she's taking JoJo. Give that back or I'm calling the police, you pervert. And I just run away hearing entitled kid crying and entitled mom screaming other awful things in my direction. I was humiliated. I was late to my class, but I explained to the professor what happened, and another student passed by when it was happening and backed me up. And then someone called CPS, and then the mom had a warrant out for her arrest. JK. I don't know what happened to them, but I hope the kid gets out of the environment and that GS isn't too traumatized. Police haven't contacted me yet, so I guess all wells ends well. Anyway, I work with kids a lot, so I have plenty of entitled parent stories. If y'all want more, this subreddit isn't oversaturated enough. I don't want to get too political when it comes to these type of situation, but all I could say is I'm very open-minded with everyone's, preferences and such. But just because someone likes something else doesn't mean that you're in the clearing and that they're the bad guys. People like this entitled mom just see things in black and white instead of seeing the gray areas. Entitled mother wants me to move from the disabled seat so her son can sit to play with his Switch better. Okay, so I'm a 16-year-old girl with a severe chronic pain disorder called fibromyalgia. This means I have constant pain in all my joints and just generally and get agonizing flare-ups while I struggle to breathe, move, eat, do anything really. All my joints dislocate super easy too. It also leads to sleep problems and problems with mental health such as anxiety and depression. On this particular day, I was on my way home from school on the tram, sat in the disabled seat. On this particular day, I was on my way home from school on the tram, sat in a disabled seat. There's very rarely any seats on my tram, but a lovely lady in her late 50s moved for me when she saw me get my disability bus pass out. I was having a really bad day and was in visible pain, especially as the tram bumped and moved. I had both my earbuds in and my music was turned up super loud. Entitled mother was stood in front of me with her son, about 11 to 12. She was staring at me, trying to make eye contact. My friend made me aware of this, so I not so politely asked her what her problem was. I get a lot of people giving me dirty looks because I only look young and sit in disabled seating. And honestly, I'm done with it. Entitled mother is her, M is me, entitled kid is kid. What? Do you have an issue with me? Yes, actually, you're in a seat you don't need or deserve. My friend, we'll call her Kate, put her hand on my shoulder and rolled her eyes. Yes, she does. Not that it's any of your business. It is my business to stop nasty little teenagers getting away with whatever they want. You aren't disabled, so clearly you don't need that seat. Excuse me, but I do. Not all disability is visible. I show her my hospital authorities bus pass. Most people accept this and often apologize. Oh, I bet it's for mental health. You're one of those snowflakes who's sad a lot. Actually, I'm not. I have a chronic pain problem, blah blah blah. I just ignored the horrid comment about mental health and calmly explained my problem. Oh, clearly thinking, my son has that too. She then butchers the pronunciation of my disorder. It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, so you could clearly understand good and bad day then. Her son had been running around jumping and stuff, but I was giving her a chance. So you'll get that I'm having a bad day too. That's why I sat here. Mummy, I want that seat now. Why is it taking so long? Through our whole conversation, entitled kid has been nagging her while she ignored him. See, he needs the seat to play his game. It's important to him. It helps him. She then grabs me by the arm and pulls really hard. I scream as my elbow begins to pop out of its socket, followed by my shoulder. This gets the conductor's attention, who comes over, sees my absolutely sobbing in Kay's arm. My elbow already red and swollen, along with a huge red mark when she grabbed me. The conductor informed her she would have to get off the tram at the next stop, and that the police would be waiting for her. She begins screaming at the conductor, and her son throws herself to the floor at my feet, hitting me repeatedly in the knees with the switch, which I think broke the controller. We're pressing charges for assault, and we have security camera footage, eyewitnesses, and hospital reports to back me up. I'm happy that this person got their justice with their problem with entitled parents. Not many people get to have a taste of that. That will be all for today with Entitled Parents. If you like my content, be sure to subscribe and like. I'll be back tomorrow with more content.